It's that time of the season, y'all, for your favorite show. Ooh, it's back and brand new. Ooh, so give a round of applause. Bronze Banter is back, baby. It's brand new with the same orange hue. So take a view while you queue, because this show was made for you.
You're listening to Bronze Banter. Ooh, new content, the answer. Headaches, hot takes, and your heart breaks. Tune in this week, surely there's no mistakes. We got you. Play Tuesday, talk Saturday. We got you. Tune in, yeah, don't make us wait. Yeah, you love that Bronze Banter. Yeah, you need that Bronze Banter.
Let's take our time saying hello to the host of the show. Say hello to Nerfed, an amazing manager, host, and former player.
She has a lot of free time.
Chobi, soon to be 3-row all-star in Harmony.
Didn't he retire?
Pasty, lost 2 times in the same champ bracket.
How is that possible?
Sticko, his gameplay is as crazy as his takes.
Kinda cooking though.
Wooly, new to the hosting game, but his claim to fame is all the same.
Come get your Bronze Banter, yeah.
Bronze Banter.
Into Bronze Banter.
Alright, we're unmuted.
Yo! What's up, guys?
Whoa.
Bronze Banter time. I don't know what week we're on. I forgot to add that to the title. My fault.
It's one of them.
Probably 14. Maybe 13.
We're on
I think
the
Week
week.
97. Let me out, please. I thought I was signing up for like 2 weeks of main support gameplay, and now here I am, and Luminous is in the freaking grand final like bracket, and it's like,
We're in the
Shut
how did this
up.
happen? Well, welcome to Bronze Banter. Chobi, I bet you're feeling the same way.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be a 1 or 2 week thing. Actually, I did that to Wooly last season, so this is completely like karma.
I did that to myself, to be fair. Last season.
We could never
I was-
find like an anchor to replace you, so I don't know.
Well, I was like, I don't want to do this, and then I started doing it. And I'm like, wait, I do want to do this. I lied.
Yeah,
I want to win.
that's kind of where I'm at with tank right now. It's like, I should have just been playing tank this whole time. I would have had a lot of fun, but now it's like, you know, I'm done. Overwatch is bad,
Trust
bad
me.
game. So
Trust me, don't get into tank right now.
I don't want to get into tank. JQ is
It's not
fun,
worth
but I
it.
don't want to get into tank.
JQ's
We'll be
fun. It's gonna
back.
get nursed into the ground. It's be a monkey meta.
Oh cap, that's so true. I didn't even realize that us and flashbacks are the best teams. People
Wait,
were
that's
arguing about whether or
true.
not we're mid, and now here we are at the top. Let's fucking go.
That's just how it
Ah.
is.
Yeah, we're on top, and now only one of us can go further, but we'll get to there. We'll get there eventually. We're gonna talk about a lot of our teams, because I mean, everybody here who's on a team in Harmony tiers, on a successful one apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And we can talk about. We can
Me
start
and Mets
off.
Gaming.
Let's go, Sticko.
Got that one win.
Woo.
Hey, I think probably 2.
maybe two,
like that.
around that,
I
somewhere
don't know.
like that, something like that.
Yeah. Close.
Maybe even 3.
Batting
again,
for
that's
good for
batting
me.
for 4. Well, I think we can knock out 2 of them pretty quickly. You can get 50% out of the way because one of the matches was Pasty v Wooly, flashbacks versus Geo.
Well, Pasty wasn't there.
I mean,
Oh,
I was
sure.
there in spirit.
He was
It's
playing
hard
this
fight.
on the other account.
I mean, Team Hood played pretty well. I mean, that shouldn't be a surprise because he was really good in season 7. Was it?
That was last time he
Yeah.
played, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was good then, obviously, like a long break, but he played pretty well in that game. It was a really good game. I think both teams played really well. But yeah, we couldn't pull it back. I'm like trying to remember what happened in that game now.
it's rough that we don't have codes, so like we weren't able to VOD
Yeah.
review any of
How much
these
is
matches.
Oh
big
yeah, I
fucking
was
middle
wondering
finger?
about that. Why weren't the codes working?
They
Because
did a
they
patch.
there's an update the day after the game.
Yeah, they just did a
my
Wednesday
What the
patch,
fuck?
like randomly.
Wednesday patch. What the
Mhm.
hell?
Blizzard.
Yep.
They're so
Come on,
inconsiderate
man.
of us.
They did
man.
the deleting PVE patch.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for
that's
that.
right.
I'm gonna have to send an email to my contacts.
Yeah, probably.
I'm shooting
Streamers,
a.
but-
I'm putting Aaron Keller in a Zoom right now.
Yeah.
No,
I'm currently
that,
sending him the stream link.
that game was like so stressful to watch. It was just like every map was really close.
It really was super stressful to
Mhm.
watch.
It was
It didn't
so
really matter
stressful.
though.
It did matter.
I mean-
It mattered a ton.
Well, it mattered. It mattered
Yeah.
with fucking seating.
Yeah,
like-
I mean,
Yeah,
who
yeah,
it,
It
it
wasn't
gets.
really like a competitive. Come on.
It was about who we get to
Flashbacks
pick.
had
Competitive
Luminous sooner.
It was like there's nothing much on the line.
No,
I
it's not-
mean-
no. Getting to
I
pick
would've
who
liked
our
to pick
opponent is,
clairvoyance.
getting to
That's a
pick who
big
our
deal.
opponent is a big deal.
Yeah.
a
I would
big
have liked
deal.
to have picked clairvoyance, you know.
Picking your
I
opponent
should-
can
No,
make
you
or break.
don't. Clairvoyants are sick.
What are you scared, Wooly?
I
You
don't
scared?
know.
You scared, little baby boy?
No, I'm not. But as
baby,
we'll see in the
man,
threads
little
later,
baby.
I'm not,
I mean,
I'm
Yeah,
not scared.
Geo did
But-
get stuck with GP, which I feel like of the 4 teams that made it out, I don't know. Clairvoyants are weird. I don't know how I stand on them because I don't think they looked very strong in their match against Insidious this week. And then Luminous and Penguins get like huge upset wins over teams that we previously had considered like top 3. And like I think PosChamp and Koala Kings were like the only 2 teams that people had like winning on the at least Bracketology show, and like most people had those 2. One of those 2 teams winning.
I always believed in Luminous. To be honest.
Yeah.
No.
So like I don't know. I think that being well, I say that and then Flashbacks ended up picking Luminous anyway, so obviously we're not too scary. But I mean there is the whole thing of like getting to pick first, which I mean Flashbacks I saw you guys were doing a little bit of scouting. I saw you guys copying some of our codes for the match, so clearly they know who they want to go up against, so it's definitely like a lot on the line. Not as much as it was for PosChamp and KK, like winner go home, but like yeah, definitely a lot.
I mean, it's just still
for.
winner go home.
No, those matches weren't.
Well, these are now.
Well, these ones are, yeah, but the Geo Flashbacks game wasn't. I will say, since I did watch the match live, thankfully, and Jer was doing the most. Jer
Yeah,
was
went
doing
crazy.
so much on May, and like he was just absolutely like pounding. I've been really impressed with Jer. In fact, I'm gonna have to spoilers for later, but you guys might already know what I'm talking about. Not the chat, but
Wow.
my co-host might know what I'm talking about.
I think Geo's DPS line has been really underrated this season. I think
100%.
their
Yes.
other parts of the team have been getting way more credit than the DPS line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I'm simply not allowed to credit Chad.
Oh, fair.
As like very close friends, I simply am not allowed.
I think it's valid.
I've been trying to talk up like sign up though, and Bard's like come in and played really well.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I've been up for this entire
You've been
season,
doing it
I'm a big
before
fan.
the season, Stego.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
You're like pick up, sign up, pick up, sign up.
He was in the bidding
That guy
war.
is sick.
yeah, I won
I
a
was in the bidding war on like 7 different teams.
Won a bidding war I didn't know I was a part of.
What was it? Was it all of our teams? Wait, he probably didn't have an offer from Flashbacks.
I didn't give him an offer. I offered Pomku though.
We offered Pomku.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
offer because as soon as I was going to offer, he's like, "Hey, I accepted Geo," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." I think I don't know. You were talking about this last week, Wooly. How like you thought
Yeah.
the Flashbacks were on top of it all
Yeah, I think
Um,
they're the best team. With Pasty,
with Pasty. Of course.
caveat.
Mhm.
I think we definitely should have won this game. I think Bali in particular where on our defense, every overtime, we just lost.
Yeah.
We just like didn't have that clutch factor,
Mhm.
and flashbacks did. So I think like I mean, if we win Shambali, right, then we won New Queen Streak, it would have been a 3-1. So I like I guess flashbacks might not have picked New Queen Street, and New Queen Street is like a really good JQ map, but yeah.
Mhm.
I was watching that new queen. They were just throwing that. I don't know what they were doing.
So I think what I'm most interested in is of these two teams, because I don't know, I think Geo like is really strong. Like obviously like they went the distance with flashbacks, like even with Pasty out, but still a feat. I need to think about how I want to word this question. Shoot. I don't know. I guess it's just like, do you think we'll see this again? Like,
Let me have a look at the bracket. Yeah,
I
it
think
would
so.
be in grand finals. Right.
it would be the grand finals.
I see it. I see it
So
happening.
no, because GP and Luminous win.
Oh, for sure. GB Luminous finals as prophesized.
Is a preseason repeat. Let's go.
The finals we need.
Because here's the thing: is like Yeti said to me at the beginning of the season, he's like, "Hey, there's a banger script for this season." I'm like, "Okay, I'm excited to see it." It's like I don't know. It could
That
be
would
pretty
be
good.
crazy.
It would be crazy because back in season 8, the Luminous versus Penguins rivalry, and here we are.
Not much of a rivalry.
Yeah.
What do you mean, not much of a rivalry?
Penguins 4-0'd in preseason, and then you guys haven't played since.
I'm not saying this season.
I'ma get
I'm
Clem in
saying
here.
season 8.
I mean, we 4-0 nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
One
me
point.
And Sicko,
Because that match is an accurate
Out-macroed.
representation of where those two
Yup.
teams were.
me and Sicko's brain.
We stayed up till
outmaneuvered
3 a.m.
Bernie.
that night, plotting some devious shit. And we busted it out on Eichenwald.
And it failed against Doodles. But you know what? It's okay.
Hey, the only way they could beat it is by running the same stuff, so.
Also,
Odds are meta.
the evil is gone. The evil is gone.
Yup.
Yeah, praise the Lord.
Thank God for the rule book for once.
Do we want to talk about that just a little bit, or no?
I don't know. We
Disclose
decided
it,
not to
move
talk
on.
about
Let's go
it.
disclose
Yeah.
it.
They get the 3-0 sweep. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we should leave that
Blockbuster
in the
game.
past. we decided not to talk about the Geo and the Penguins drama when that was going on, so I think
Yeah,
it's
that's
only
true.
fair to leave they who shall not be named in the past.
CVS Pharmacy and Iceberg, or LeBron and Dwayne Wade.
Yeah.
It's like the fucking Doofenshmirtz thing where it's like neither of my parents showed up for my birth. It's like they're the Dwayne Wade and the of that.
The Dwayne Wade have not shown up to game.
So what's interesting to me about the geometric versus flashbacks thing is, and this is something that I didn't even realize until a little bit before we went live on the show, is this is pretty much like at the beginning of the season, the whole like narrative around geometric was they just picked up the KK championship roster from last season. It's crazy. So you could kind of consider this a rivalry, right? Because it's like this is the same flashbacks roster from last season. It's the same, well, pretty much like the Koala Kings core from last season. We saw that matchup like 3 or 4 times last season, and now here we are, and we've seen it once in season 10. Yeah, just once.
Yeah, this is the first time we played.
Yeah.
I don't know. That could be the narrative going forward, is that the geometric versus flashbacks rivalry continues. Which I think it would be very good to see. Because clearly you guys do not play matches like you play scrims, according to Scrimbucks. So
Yeah, I mean, if you heard our comms during scrims and then heard our comms during games, it's a fucking massive difference. I don't know why Pomku decides to like turn on his mouth for games, but he does. So.
He just decides he wants to win. Honestly, it's the same way for Luminous. And you know what? Let's talk about them. I'm excited to talk about Luminous. Dethroning the Kings.
I mean, Luminous were the clear favorites in this matchup. I don't know.
I
I don't think there's much reason to talk about.
Flashback
this
to
match.
last
Just
week.
move on.
Flashback to last
fair
week when we
fucking
said
tier.
even
Both Discord tier teams are gone.
I'm just thinking back to last week where literally on broadcast we say there's probably a 1 in 100 chance that Luminous beat Koala Kings, and here we are, and honestly, it wasn't really that close towards the end. So it was a great match. I had a lot of fun playing it. I don't know. Probably nobody watched it live since I know that everybody else was in.
So
Yeah, I was
watched it.
pissed.
Yeah, I really wanted to watch that game too.
All I know about it is that Red Knight was just like sad that he was just outmatched on Junker Queen. That's all I know.
I mean, Pomku is the best Junker Queen in the tier. I
Yeah.
think pretty consensuous.
Pomku ain't even on our team. Shut the fuck up, Sticko.
Or not, oh wait, I'm so no. I got Josh above me. No. Okay. I think Josh is one of the best Junker Queens, though. I think this is a really strong meta for Luminous. I don't know. I think
gotta
also
say-
color being able to play Kiri is obviously going to be a bonus.
Yeah. I guess KK got really, really unlucky where they ran into like I think the two best Junker Queen teams in the tier.
Yeah.
And they like have a weakness to Junker team. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where Red Knight wants to play a lot of ball and a lot of monkey. And that's just two heroes that Junker Queen is really, really good against. So
I also think this. You go first.
no, you go. I didn't have much
Alright.
chat.
I also think Luminous have been a really strong mechanical team, but their like macro and just games in general hasn't really been up to par. So a meta like Junker Queen, you can kind of just run it down and take fights basically anywhere. Suits them really, really well.
Yeah.
I mean, we were playing the Junker Queen comp like even back when it wasn't good. Like we played it back in like what was it, week 5 against Flashbacks, and like week 4 I think as well. Like we've been playing it for a while. And now
Okay,
like
so is
I mean,
Geo, yeah.
yeah. So the hard work paid off because you know JQ just got the biggest fucking buff ever.
For no reason. Just no reason.
Oh, there was a reason, and it's because Aaron Keller loves the Luminous Foxes and Hanbin, but
Did
whatever.
you like write into Aaron Keller? Like
I did.
specifically? Like-
I did. I wrote, please give Junker Queen a buff, and Lifeweaver as well. And he's still yet to get back to me on Lifeweaver. It's okay. We'll play
You
Lifeweaver
guys-
versus Flashbacks.
I don't know if I'm allowed to like. when
Yeah,
we
you can
scrimmed
leak
guys,
that.
And you guys were playing Lucio Lifeweaver. I was like, what the fuck is this comp?
That was just like Neptune wasn't there for scrim, and so Scene comes in and he calls an audible. Like the plan was just to run the standard stuff we've been running in matches and everything, and Scene just goes, okay, hear me out. We're gonna play Junker Queen, which is like his favorite character. So it's like, yeah, plus it's like really good now. So it's okay, that makes sense. And then Lifeweaver, I'm like, oh, we're gonna play Lifeweaver, and he's like, yeah, trust me. And we win one round, and it's like, okay, maybe this has merit to it. We play the rest of scrims on Lifeweaver and like barely cap like any objectives. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
no. And ever
was-
since he's been saying like we should keep running it, and I'm like, Scene, if we run it in a match, we are going to be embarrassed.
It
But
was
you're,
like, the reason like you guys won one map on the Lifeweaver was not because like Lifeweaver works. It's because we just like it was on Junkertown, right? And we were playing it like it was the Sig mirror. You guys just like ran on isolated targets. It had nothing to do with the fact that Lifeweaver was there. and it
I
was
got-
like, it was so fucking funny. Because I wasn't there at the scrim, I was doing something else,
Mhm.
and I went back and watched the codes, and I messaged Nerf afterwards. I was like, if you guys run Lucio Lifeweaver in a game, I'm gonna fucking die.
I got 3 DMs. I got multiple DMs after that scrim. Please do not run Lifeweaver against Koala Kings. You will get flattened. And I'm like, oh. Okay. So never again. But yeah, it was funny while it lasted. I don't know. There was like they were playing it now. Then like the Florida Mayhem one on it or something.
Yeah, they played it against
Yeah,
the
like
Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah, like
Paris,
Vegas.
or Vegas, yeah.
Yeah, Vegas and what's it called? Fucking Washington Justice were mirroring the Lifeweaver comp on Rialto. Shit was.
Those guys
Also,
are
if you
great.
If you
Oh,
scrim us
okay.
again, please don't run Lifeweaver because it inspires Yuno to play Lifeweaver, and I can't be having that.
We're
Hey,
just a
second,
bad
let's say what
influence.
You cannot keep Yuno under fucking wraps.
He just wants to play Lifeweaver, and I don't know why.
You know is
Yeah,
unhinged.
it's the same
during
thing
scrims.
season 8 with fucking Mercy. Like, I'm gonna play Mercy and I'm gonna run it down.
Weaver sucks. The character's not even fun. I don't like. I like Weaver. He's so bad.
I swear Yuno just has a fetish or something for people yelling at him because he just picks the worst hero in a comp and is like, I want to play this hero, and
I
we're
think-
like, Yuno, I swear to fucking god.
I think Ty does too. The amount of times that he swaps Sim when we're playing like Monkey or Diva comps, I'm like, what are you doing? When are we right now? What is going on? It is bad.
So bad characters.
Um.
Fuck.
So, just like, I don't know, since we can't see the match, and I guess, like, obviously, like, not too many people watched it, or watched that much of it at all, Ilios was kind of stomped. KK kind of rolled us. Ilios is our worst map. You should definitely not pick it against us. Flashbacks, wink, wink. Kings Row was really close, but we end up winning it because of an overtime capture. Then Gibraltar, we full hold on first point. And then Esperanza, it's like we get, I don't know, like a 100-meter lead, something like that. So the back
I
half
just
of
wanna
the match
say-
was not close.
That's the second week in a row that KK picked Jib and got full held.
Oh,
on it.
full
They
held,
got
yeah.
They got full held against Gear, they got full held against Luminous, so
We-
obviously that should not have been their map pick. That was not their map.
Do we have Null in the chat? Like, what's going on with that?
I mean, don't they? I forget. Red Knights are only tank now, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know
Yeah.
why. I guess they really don't want to play Sigma maps, but like,
I think,
I don't know.
to be fair, they got caught off guard by, like, because we still played Junker Queen on that map. And I think
Gotcha.
they did get caught off guard, like, by the spawn hold and stuff. So it's like, I don't know, maybe they had some different strats prepped that they just, because you could tell that very quickly it fell to shit. And, like, KK just did not have control over what was going on. But, like, I don't know. It's weird that happened twice in a row. That they pick a map, get full held, and then, like, lose the series because of it.
Yeah.
Mhm. Some questionable decisions, but
Mm-hmm.
too late now for them to fix them, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just hit a bad meta at the wrong time.
Yep. So I do have a question about that, since you did say earlier that you think the two best Junker Queens are Josh and Pomku.
Yes.
Do we think that in a different timeline, like, say maybe they got, like, the 4 seed or something, that they end up not having as rough of a run?
They being Koala Kings?
Yeah, like you don't have to say like their exact opponents, but like say they played like, I don't know, Strix or
Oh yeah, they
Clairvoyant.
would
If they don't
definitely-
play Junker Queen teams, they would win.
even
They
like
just really don't know how to play against that character.
flashbacks, like, because they're not.
Well, Koala Kings like setting the tempo,
Mhm.
so when they play against a comp where it's mandatory to set to play faster,
yeah,
that and they kind of just crumble.
Yeah, I mean, I think if they played like pretty much any other teams other than those two teams, they would win, except maybe flashbacks. But yeah, they were definitely like a top 3 team in the very least.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could argue top 1 and 2, but they just hit 2 like bad matchups for them in a row in playoffs. It's very unlucky. Like it's super unlucky for them that you guys made a elim run, and very unlucky that we had a bad stage 2.
Yeah.
And didn't win a map like by ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I do want to touch on what you just said about the Elam run, because Luminous made some history, and I want to gas up my team because I've been holding back all season. We made a lot of history. That's the first time Koala Kings have not made champ bracket, as well as I think the second time ever a marsupial team has not made champ bracket. Although the last time there were only 4, so it was like Billings Boomers didn't make top 4. It's
Yeah.
like, still like champ bracket territory if it were one of the other tiers. This is also the first time that a Elim pool team has made champ bracket in Harmony tier. There was the Battalion run back in season 7, but first time in Harmony tier that this has happened. So pretty good stuff from Luminous. And I want to pose the question to you guys. It was 1 in 100 odds this time. What are their odds against flashbacks? We don't have to give exact predictions because we're going to talk about that match later. But what are the odds?
Worse than against Koala Kings.
Worse than against Koala Kings?
Yes.
Well, we know you think 100% pasty.
I think I agree with Sticker. They had the good.
We
like,
need that
matchup.
one dog that like does the like predictions for the NBA or whatever.
Can we have Veggie Dog come out, Sticker?
We need Veggie Dog.
I don't think Veggie Dog could like move to like.
There's a reason they call him that. Can we get Veggie Dog to give us the odds, Sticker?
Of course. Give me a second.
I mean, if you just go off transitive properties, right? Geo lost to flashbacks, and we beat KK 3-2, and Luminous beat them 3-1, right? So if you just go off transitive properties, there's a possibility because it was a 3-2, but they didn't have pasty, so I don't know. Maybe it is like still around like 1 in 100 or like 5 in 100. I don't know.
How can we get Veggie Dog to predict?
I don't know. Just like
blink twice if you think flashbacks is going to lose.
Look left if it's flashbacks. Okay.
Oh, well, wait, his left or ours?
His. I was saying his. Okay, starting now. A Veggie Dog. Left for flashbacks, right for Luminous.
He is.
He's thinking.
He's thinking.
Oh, right.
Oh.
Shit. He's
Oh.
Luminous.
He knows what's up.
We're not there yet. We're not there yet.
Wait. He's lifeless.
There's nothing happening in that small brain of his.
Oh wait.
Is that
he's back. Oh.
He's going
Reverse
back.
sweep.
This is gonna be a map 7.
That's definitely definitely gotta be Luminous. That's
Maps,
gotta be Luminous.
I'd say map
Luminous,
7.
Luminous and 7. Okay.
Luminous and 7.
You heard it here first.
Thank you, Veggie Dog.
Smiling.
He's so happy. He's not happy.
Luminous win.
Luminous and 7. Thank you, Veggie Dog.
Our presence has been graced.
All right. Well, I guess we know how that match is going now.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's
we
our
need to
answer.
I think we're done with KK and Luminous.
But the
Yeah.
Veggie Dog guarantee.
Yeah.
Definitely unfortunate for the Koala Kings. I think they could have made a champ bracket early. Yeah, definitely a champ bracket run. But here they are. So let's talk about the other team that was a little disappointing towards the end. And also gas up another cast members another cast members team. GP end up
Whoa.
reverse sweeping. They win in 5 for like the 3rd time out of 20. So yeah, GP make champ bracket, Polish champ falls short. Another 0-2 loss when people had Polish champ going so far like Bernie said they were the best team. All this. This is
Yeah.
crazy.
You guys had
I mean,
Bernie had us losing to Fire Breathing Robin, so I don't want to hear it.
Bernie had us
Bernie's
losing to
got some
FBRD.
horse
Are you
shit
losing to
takes.
FBRD?
Yeah, right? Didn't he?
Bernie's got some dog shit takes. That guy
crazy.
is that
And
guy is
How many other
clueless.
have Luminous losing to FBRD too? What the fuck?
That guy is clueless.
Before we get
Capital's
into
mad
this,
at Bernie.
I wanna point out that this roster has made it further with Bubba Wyatt on it than they did with this season.
You didn't have to
Yeah,
say that. That
that's
was
true.
what he wanted all along. And now
said
here
it.
we are.
He's been here this entire week.
Can we
So
ban
funny.
Bubba Wyatt from chat, please? Someone get on that.
Man.
I think
Oh wait, hold on.
I
Null's
think
in chat. Null's in chat. I do want to ask this. Null, why did you guys pick Gibraltar twice? You got full health twice. Well, he's
Gibraltar?
responding. Yeah, KK. They picked Gibraltar twice and then got full health. both
yeah.
times. So while he's typing, we can continue talking about PosChamp. Sorry for whoever I interrupted.
I mean, I don't know. PosChamp just didn't show any signs of improvement. I think they were the best team in the tier at one point in this season, but they showed very, very little improvement. When Harmony tier is all about improvement.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you go through, if you're an idiot and a fool, and you go through Scrims NA in Tranquility Gaming, you can see that Caden posted 2.8 every week.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I saw it, it was a 2.8. I know that we're scrimming 3.3 to 3.5. Like Luminous's DP is. You got to be looking for that improvement, you know.
I watched back the VOD from Caden's POV, and it was just such a clear mental diff.
They got boomed. They got so boomed.
They
Yeah.
lost
2 weeks
map
in a
3
row.
and it was
You
over.
can't let that happen.
I wonder if there's like internal stuff going on like behind the scenes, because like we know there's been like drama with other teams. Like it's a long season, so it's like, you know, it makes sense. You're not getting paid. You kind of like towards the end of the season, you might start getting into some arguments. You know, it happens. But I do wonder, because we like I think PosChamp are a very closed off team, and like we don't really know the inner workings behind them. So I do wonder, because it did not seem like the team that I listened to on Antarctica did not, like, there was no way that team went 7-1. Absolutely no chance.
Yeah. You heard like a couple of them like trying to stabilize their
Mhm.
comms, you know. But
I
like,
appreciate those players.
It was like Blue Roses, right? She was
Mhm.
like trying to like get everyone to be on the same page, but they like weren't tilted at each other. They were just tilted.
Yeah.
They just got mad.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just couldn't recover from it.
Yeah.
They got mad that they kind of weren't, in their eyes, the best team anymore, and that kind of just rocks the boat, kind of derails you. Be like, well.
I mean, I've always thought they were kind of overrated. To be honest with you.
He says after barely beating them.
No, I don't. We are by far not the best team in this year. I know that, but there is no way in hell Stop You deserves Real Star, and there's no way in hell Caden does either. Their
I don't
backline is probably the best in the tier. I think both of them deserve it. I don't think those two do though.
I think Stop You's the solid
I
player.
think
give him player of the
Josh is
week.
better than Stop You nerfed.
I
would
think
not
Josh
give
is
it
a good
to-
player.
I would not give it to Stapu either.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I think that was
Gizmo,
like,
Chuster, Pomku.
I
all
think if
better.
you don't choose either Pomku or Gizmo for best tank, you're kind of not paying
those two were
attention.
robbed.
But
if Chuster was
I
good
don't know.
all season, I think Chuster would have been a shoe-in, but
yeah, I agree.
like Chuster's stage 1
If
wasn't good.
Chucha just wasn't on main tank for most of the season, he...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
played characters that they were comfortable on.
We played Tyler comps.
Yeah, Tyler throwing.
Tyler throwing.
But I don't know. I mean, this team, I feel like their whole team like is pretty solid. I think they are like a talented team, but they just didn't
Yeah.
improve. Didn't work on anything. It's tough.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
apparently they were like playing troll comps in scrims and stuff. Allegedly, I mean I don't have any confirmation on that, but like, yeah,
yeah.
while other teams were working on comps to like one trick or like get better at, like Geo and Luminous playing JQ flashbacks, they like pretty much ran one tricks, but it works really well for them. So you know, other teams getting really good at certain characters and they're just playing whatever comes to them.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. You can always like, if that's your team's goal is just to have fun and like mess around, like, yeah, good
There's
for
nothing
you.
wrong with that.
Absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Also, I
Um,
love that about this season. When it comes like closer to the end, everybody has like a distinct style of how
Yeah.
they want to play. I love that. That's so fun.
And PogChamp didn't really have that.
They did though. They had the diva stuff. They were the only team playing the diva comp, and they were really good at it. And then they just didn't do it for the back half of the season.
I mean, they had a perfectly good chance to run it. They swapped to Hog instead. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
the hog pick on Antarctica was interesting.
Yeah.
you guys run
Uh,
like what Ballfire Mercy or some shit, and they go Hog. I don't know. Something I would do. That's something I did do.
You lost this fucking match off of that.
No, that okay. In my defense, it was funny. It was really funny.
It's pretty funny here too. Not gonna lie.
Bro
Hog is
thinks
just
he's
always
against Deep
funny.
Dish.
I have
I'm
to
telling you,
give
if
it
we
to
oh,
Bernie
man.
though for this match. Bernie was
Yeah.
by far the most crucial part of this one.
Mhm.
Like he just prepared us in all the right ways, I think. And he's been his coaching on match day has improved tremendously over the past few seasons.
Bernie was me the entire time because he was like keep me updated on scores, and I'm like yeah I will I'll you do too, and like I was like oh we're winning, and he's like oh big we're down 0-2, and I'm like and then like at the end I'm like we won, like how's your match going, and he's like well we're reverse sweeping but I don't know, there's no chance we win this Antarctica, we're not looking very good. And then he just like no, like I'm exaggerating like how it like is all going, but like we just kept sending each other like the it's Jover and we're so Barack memes.
Grad Barack bottom.
So that was how that whole thing went. But I don't know. I didn't watch Premiere POV Chovy because you didn't stream. Fuck you.
I didn't.
Yeah, I don't
but-
watch
Frames have been
PogChamp.
fucked recently. That's why I've been doing it.
But I mean Bernie, he's definitely like a very his style of coaching is very influential over the team's mental, I think. I don't know. You've been his player for 2 seasons, but like when he was back on Luminous, like a lot of what he says, like right or wrong, like it can sometimes come off as harsh, and like as a player you have to like since he's your coach you can't really do anything about that, you kind of just have to know how to take it. So like I'm glad to hear that like his coaching like helped you guys get over the hump and like get the reverse sweep finished. Definitely another. You sounded like you had something to say, Sticko, because I was gonna not move on, but like pose like some questions and stuff. So if you have something,
I mean, I guess I kind of touched on this earlier. Like, this roster is way too talented to like fall apart like that. And like Nova just looked at really solid. Formless, like there is still a really good meta from. I don't know. They just didn't run what's been working for them. It's really questionable decisions.
I think they could have been like a good JQ team as well.
how much did stop you play the JQ?
I don't know. I honestly don't. Maybe stuff
I didn't
just
watch-
wasn't him on JQ, but
I didn't watch
like,
the
that-
early part. Chobi,
What?
any JQ? How to stop you?
There was none. That I remember. Remember Gizmo diffing whole time. That's all I remember.
Sorry, Will, I cut you off though.
No.
Yeah, PC Cafe.
You're good.
Yeah, they
I-
had.
I
He
don't-
was at a Gizmo was at a fucking PC cafe in Denver, Colorado.
The go.
Yeah, I need some clarification also.
Oh,
I was told he was like sitting like on a stage playing. There were like people crowding around him by Phantom. I wanna
He
make
was
sure that was
not.
not the case.
He was not.
Yeah.
No.
I
Phantom
know
Switch shit.
for a fact that guy was bullshitting me. I knew it. I just had to clarify.
he's like pushing for player of the week status. He spent like what $120 just so he could
Oh,
play
he
that match against
Spent an
PosChamp.
Uber, then he
Are
went
you
to go.
serious?
Yeah,
Holy shit.
that
That's
has
dedication.
I
dedication.
mean, Bernie offered to pay for all of it, and he was like, "Nah."
If only I was able to play in Europe. Oh my god.
That
That PosChamp game would have been different.
Would've been so over.
Would have been Jover for the sport.
Imagine if you could have played on the plane. Right, you could have been
Oh
there the
my
whole game
goodness.
against Mafia.
Airplane.
That would have been great. I would have played both of them on the plane.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Well, you did
Yeah,
have a thought that we keep interrupting. I am interrupting you again.
Like PosChamp. Realistically, they didn't play that well in playoffs,
Mhm.
and that's disappointing for a team that was like played really well all of stage 1 and 2.
Mhm.
They just like didn't have improvements, like Sticko said, and I don't know if they didn't take it seriously enough or whatever. But yeah, I would have liked to see them in champ bracket because I think they deserved to be there, and I think especially Nova deserved to be there. I thought he was great all season, and like they improved so much from last season to this season, and it's disappointing to see that improvement go to waste.
I will so I'll pose this question. I'll keep it a buck. Disclosing are kind of frauds in how they got here. Obviously
Yeah.
we didn't see their match,
Yeah.
so like we don't know like what
They would have
happened.
won.
We don't know how that would have
CBS
gone.
Pharmacy is my boy.
I don't
Yeah,
care how
CBS Pharmacy
fraudulent
is
it
actually
is.
sick.
I don't care how fraudulent it is. I still wanted them to win.
Yeah. Nothing about wanting or whatever. So you can kick Disclosing out for one of either KK or PosChamp. Who do you think deserves it more?
KK.
Okay.
Okay.
Easily. KK were the best team the entire season until like last week.
I don't know about being the best team this season, but they were one
I
of the
think they-
best.
I think they showed signs of being up there at the very least. And PosChamp definitely did too. But I don't know. The fall from grace from PosChamp feels a lot more drastic than it did for KK. I don't know if
like-
that's crazy, but
PosChamp didn't run into like bad matchups. Like maybe you could argue that Flashbacks was, but like
Yeah.
I don't think that like because you guys ran the same thing the whole match, right, Trophy? It was like it was like the Echo or the Farah with the Diva or ball, right?
Oh,
That
I
was-
mean, yeah, they kept running
Well-
fucking, like Reinhardt, and so it's like, okay.
yeah.
if that's
but-
gonna be your argument, just keep in mind that we only played Junker Queen the entire.
yeah, but
match
that was like
against
a
KK.
bad. I'm saying
Right?
like,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
isn't a bad matchup for
Mhm.
PosChamp.
Yeah,
Right?
that's
'Cause
a
they won
great
2
one.
maps.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, they were playing the Diva in the first 2 maps, like I believe, right? For the most part.
I think so, right?
I
But,
feel like
yeah.
I remember them doing it, but and then they,
They were
just kind
running
of
Diva on
stopped. Felt like.
Esperanza. They ran Diva
Huh.
on Esperanza.
They ran fucking
And,
Orisa on Esperance.
Yeah, they switched to Arisa,
Orisa
which is
Junkrat, and they
crazy.
saw we're on fire because we
No,
just didn't go brawl
That
all the
Arisa
time.
was
And they're like,
that comp
"Shit."
was
Oh,
nasty.
that's right. Yeah, that's right.
No, because I was watching their comp back and they're like, these guys are definitely gonna go far Mercy. Let's go Arisa Junkrat. I was like, I was baffled. I was so confused.
Whose call was
wanna-
that?
I don't know any of their voices. I
Oh my
don't
God.
know.
I want to address something Wyatt said in chat, which is that Geo, like, KK only had, like, a 1-loss fall-off because, like, Geo was believable that they could win, but Luminous was crazy. I think you can say the same thing about PosChamp. I think it's reasonable to say that they would lose to Flashbacks. I think that it's not a crazy upset, if you can even consider it an upset. And then it's just GP, like, especially with the fashion of the first half of that series, it just shouldn't have happened.
I think the difference between KK and Pause Champs was that KK, we know them as a good team, but they were just having bad like rock paper scissors matches.
Yeah.
And then Pause Champs, they weren't doing rock paper scissors. They were just losing because they weren't playing as well as they should have.
Yeah.
Back in the regular season.
Yeah.
I just think that's the biggest difference between them.
Yeah, I agree.
Kind of like Sticko's Valorant team. Sorry.
What's
The
that supposed to
stray,
mean?
the stray.
My Valorant team is sick.
Your Valorant team lost to MIBR. So.
Oh, that's yeah.
No,
that's
not
my
your premier team, not your premier
I was like,
team.
what? My premier team is like ranked 10 right now.
No,
I
not
was like,
not
what
the
are you
premier team.
twaffing on?
No, not even Sen, Wyatt.
I'm not a Sen fan. Fuck Sen. That team's ass. I'm not a Sen fan. I'm a Marv fan.
But yeah, these were two crazy upsets. I mean, I don't think a whole ton of people saw either one of them coming. Even with both teams struggling the week before, I think it's just like kind of like we said, like they had rough opponents, and that's kind of what you expected, was they would just clean up against weaker tier teams. But neither Polisham nor KK could get the job done, which is unfortunate. Any final thoughts on, I guess, either of those big upsets?
No, I think I've said everything. Yeah.
Do we want to gas up your team? Last time I asked you, you said no, we don't deserve it, and I'm like, holy shit, holy based, but
He's silent.
But
Okay.
what? But what? Nerves?
Huh?
Oh, died.
oh, did I?
Yeah,
Sorry.
me too. I know that. I don't think you
I
did.
thought you died. I didn't know if you did or not.
I don't know. I was waiting for Chobi's response, but he never said anything.
Just
All right,
joke.
next topic.
Chubby's a little goblin.
Whoa. That guy.
Yeah, next topic, which is it the fun topic? What do we have in
I
order?
think so.
Oh no, I wanted to talk really quickly.
Guys.
So big upsets this week, and honestly, I had such a vanilla bracket at the beginning of the off season or the postseason, where I go, I know Wyatt, I had like pretty much entirely like 1 seed beats 8 seed, 2 seed beats 7 seed, like so on and so forth. But there's been a lot of upsets, a lot of upsets, especially this last week. You know, the two big matches we talked about were upsets. So who of these teams has the biggest upset potential? I guess for the purpose of discussion,
Disclosure.
what I'd continue, it disclosed it.
They
I
beat
fuck with
Doodles.
It did be
I
Doodles.
think I think disclosing.
I think every single team could upset,
yeah.
except probably Luminous.
Wow.
Yeah, I think disclosing could beat Onigiri. I don't think it will happen, but I think there's like a little bit of a chance there.
Higher or
CVS has to
lower
beat-
than higher or
beat
lower
Bears
than
again.
LF versus flashbacks.
Higher than
CVS.
LF versus flashbacks.
Has to be
Davis is going to be
LeBron.
in the ER after the amount of carrying he would have to do for the team.
Yeah,
That guy's got to
he
be
can do it
LeBron.
though. He can do it. I remember when, like, in stage 1 when Disclosant played against Galactic Penguins, and like how impressed I was with CVS Pharmacy
Mhm.
that whole game. Like he was just like hard carrying that team.
I feel like he.
That's when GP was good. They're picking back up now.
It felt like they were the only person on that team. I think, on New Queen Street, watching the Penguins match. I think it felt like they were the only person who got a final blow on their team that entire map.
It felt like
That's-
it. Yeah.
It was fucking crazy. That is insane.
Yeah. I don't see the disclosing upset. I think honestly, and I don't know. No, I don't see that really either. I was gonna say clairvoyance, but I don't think there's a world where I don't know if this is a hot take, and I'm not gonna like gas on my team too much, but I think there's a higher chance Luminous beat flashbacks than clairvoyance. Let me know if
Oh,
that's hot.
That's hot.
That's very hot
Okay.
because that went into a 5-map series, right? Last time.
Yeah,
What
I
did?
believe so.
Strix
That's
versus
clairvoyance.
clairvoyance.
1,000-degree knife right there.
No. Clairvoyance beats flashbacks. Then Luminous beats
Oh.
flashbacks.
Oh, Luminous have a better chance than Clairvoyance would.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think so.
I would say so. I'd
Yeah.
agree.
Stiff.
This match up a bit better into flashbacks than clairvoyance would.
I think GP have a pretty strong chance, just off of the fact that any week they can decide that they want to win their map 5.
Yeah.
You look at like the history, right? They win a lot of map 5s, and Geo's had one real map 5 this season, I think, right?
Not
You lost
counting
that
Strix,
one?
yeah.
I'm not counting Strix because that map 5 it was basically a 3-0, you know.
Pretty much.
Pretty much a 3-0. So yeah, I could definitely see GP clutching up.
You guys going to 7 every time this time?
I fucking hope not.
We got the stamina.
You've been prepping for this the entire season.
Yeah.
I
I'm doing
mean-
aerobics training, but with Overwatch games.
kind of
Cardio.
the same vein, I guess, as like the who has the most upset potential question. Who do we think is like who benefits the most from that 7 map format? Do you think it is GP because they love playing long?
Well, Sky has brought in a very good point. Luna may just possibly die.
I am willing to let Luna die for a ring.
What time is it like when you guys go to map 5s for Luna?
Well, they're in East Europe, so.
What nationality? What nationality?
4 a.m.
Probably, no.
that's
They're
more like
they're in the
Lithuanian.
Baltics.
Wait, East?
Uh,
Baltics. That's like
Lithuania?
-6.
Oh.
They are Lithuanian. I'm not sure where
I
they
knew
are
it!
right now.
So what? If we're finishing the matches at like 11 o'clock my time, it would be probably like 3-4 a.m.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's
That is
crazy.
fucked. Oh my god.
I mean, we did the same thing with Tilted Waffle last
Yeah.
season, who's Dutch, right? And that's not super far east, but it's like decently.
Yeah.
I thought Tilted would have died by the end of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's like Tilted was getting like bad mentals like from staying up late and stuff.
The
too.
amount of
Like-
scrims where he would just be like, "Oh, sorry, I just popped a melatonin. I don't think there's a chance in hell that I stay up for the scrim."
Yeah. Most of our scrims did not feature our 2 best players in Tilted Waffle and Jin.
Yep. Yep. At least not at the same time.
Yeah. It's crazy how well they played together when they had like 0 scrim time together.
Yeah.
But yeah, that could be like a contributing factor for GP like not being great in map 7s when they've been good in map 5s, but I don't know.
Maybe.
Tilted
Maybe,
Waffle
I
can
don't
do
know.
it.
doubt
I
it.
believe Luna can do it. So.
That's true.
Luna's
yeah.
been on that degen schedule for years now.
Did we go to 7 against Ace High?
Yeah.
That is so fucked. Oh my
And then we went to
God.
6 against KK.
hmm
Ugh.
Tilted Waffle was playing out of his mind.
Yeah,
Okay, we should stop talking about last season.
that's true.
We're reminiscing.
I wish we were back in last season, man.
I want to go back.
I don't like last season.
So we're doing a little bit of a fun segment. Since people are piss babies and cry about the All Stars and EOS whatever, we're gonna do our own. like unofficial, obviously.
Yay.
So, like, you know, you get this. It's more of just like a shout out. You don't win anything.
Yeah.
Um,
you need to
We're not
finish
about-
yours, by the way, Nerd.
Huh?
You need to finish yours.
oh, are you showing them on stream?
No, I'm just saying you should
Oh.
just finish.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have them in my
you
head.
are
I have
not
them in my
done
head.
yet.
It's gonna be a surprise to us
Well,
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a surprise to everybody. Because here's the thing: is so the four of my co-hosts have decided that they want to go for the best player, and I kind of decided that I want to go for the most
up.
part, I want to go for like more like shout outs, like, hey, I think this player was like really good, and they didn't get a lot of recognition. I
didn't know what to
not
do.
like
I just-
yeah, I that's a fair like way to do it. I think it's just like I wanted to like give credit to some players who maybe didn't like, you know, get as much credit. Just like, I don't know, back when like we first started this show, like that was the coolest thing, was like giving credit to Ashes, and then Ashes like popped the fuck off and was like the best player ever. Like, I'll do that again. So I will let you guys go through. We'll start with tanks, since you know that's the top of the whatever. So who, in everybody's opinion, it's actually not unanimous, is the best tank in the tier?
Do you want to start? Nerd?
Gizmo.
I want to start.
Alright, get
Well,
left last. Get left last.
well, I can
'Cause
go.
we don't-
All right, let's start with the majority then.
yeah.
Yeah, let's start.
Okay.
I mean, we like most of us picked Gizmo, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
He's really fucking good. He's just really, really good.
hmm
I think Gizmo's the best player in the tier. I don't think MVP. I think best player in the tier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
personally do think Gizmo is the MVP because I think you put him on any team and they're better.
I
Except
think
maybe
you put him on
Gio.
not.
I
Okay.
think Gio is a really good contender for MVP because he joined this team because his friend was gonna be here and his friend got fucking cut, and then now he's still putting in the same amount of effort and shit like that. He's stepping up, and it's like he could have just
Is-
left because his friend got because his friend got cut.
Is
But
Giz your MVP nomination?
he's my MVP nomination. That's
Well, like that's who like
Too bad you can't
Penguins
vote for him.
nominated.
Joey nominated himself.
I have to pull up the form. I haven't actually like done my votes yet for the form. It might be
Shaking
too
my
late.
head.
I gotta.
It's still open. I think.
Gizmo's my MVP.
That's fair.
Gizmo is like very, very good, and like he has a really good wrecking ball, which I'm not sure if he had that before the start of the season. And his Reinhardt was like also not bad. He's been like a
didn't-
flex tank when he was an off tank before. So like, and I know that his comms are fucking crazy. Like that.
Mhm.
That's why if you put him on any team, he would improve them because his comms are just fucking amazing.
hmm
Yeah, it does not stop talking. Gizmo's
Yeah.
fucking sick.
I guess I'll do the one
Yeah.
to go next.
You're the only other dissenter.
Yeah.
I picked Pomku for my
Mhm.
my tank because I just love Pomku. He's a fun guy.
Yeah.
I love his Junker Queen. The last time like I played against him when I played against him in trials as like a tank player while I was like ringing, it was like an immediately really good player at the role, and I was pretty excited to see what he would do during the season, and he's lived up to my expectations.
I think those are both very fair shots. I honestly would argue that those are very likely the top two. But I wanted to be different, so here I am being different. And I think what I wanted to do was I want to make the rules for mine, not somebody who actually received the award, and then obviously not a Luminous player, because I don't like gassing on my team. So we're going to go with Nevermore for tank, because I think Nevermore
I
was a
love
really
that.
solid tank
I
player.
love that.
I think Nevermore was on the outside looking in of that All Star award or the Roll Star award.
It should have been Stapu out, Nevermore in.
I think honestly both are very good players. I think both are very solid players. I think Nevermore is definitely like top 6. Very solid player. I don't did I give them player of the week at some point this season?
Yeah, you
I
did.
don't-
I think so.
I did.
I
Oh yeah,
believe
because I
so.
promised I would. Yeah. yeah, Nevermore is my tank shout out.
I think that's a good shout.
I like it a lot, yeah.
I think they're one of the people that like you take them out of clairvoyance and like I don't know how good they are, like because they're running a very similar core to last season, and like the synergy has obviously gotten them very far this season. But I think
Nevermore's
that
the only thing that changed.
yeah, Nevermore's
Right.
the only thing that changed, and they look really good with him. So very solid player. But let's move on to Hitscan DPS. Which I think
This
is a
one's
lot.
also 3 people picking
Very
the same.
one-sided. Very
Yeah, so
one-sided.
this- Boring.
Everybody want to say who they picked for Hitscan?
3, 2,
It's-
1. Husky.
Husky.
I picked
Well,
Sky.
Wooly, you picked Husky
be
with
the
I
IQ.
picked,
MVP,
I picked the
actually.
second half of Husky.
The second coming.
Husky didn't get nominated for MVP, right?
No, it was
Yeah.
Wait,
I believe
really?
it was
Forever, I
SS.
believe.
I believe
Yeah,
it
it
was
was forever.
SSS.
That's
What?
crazy.
So,
That is
yeah,
insane.
I think Husky would be the favorite for it if they won or if they were nominated, but
Yeah.
it's unlucky.
I gotta look at that.
We need a support MVP. Like, when's that gonna
voting
happen?
is closed.
Asdo.
Closed.
That was the last one ever. Was Asdo. Will be the last one ever. And I put color
You
form
give it
up
to
if people want to
Jovi.
vote for color form.
No, not me. No.
I fuck with the color answer. I like
Is
color.
Chovy on there? Who's
No.
the GV one?
I assume just Gizmo, right?
Yeah.
It just has to be.
So
Yeah. It is.
Yeah, Gizmo's just the best player on that
Okay.
team.
I'm not gonna be
It
able to
is
get
SSS
MVP.
forever.
I
That seems crazy.
I can't get
I-
MVP Sky, and we gave it to Buell.
Oh, Cap did win last season. My fault.
But yeah, Cap did. Transfer.
Oh,
Yeah, but
oh yeah,
who
Craig
wants to
did
get
is
Cap?
also in.
Yeah,
Who
fuck
wants to
Cap.
get
Cap
Cap,
doesn't
right?
count. That's what I'm saying.
Didn't try get MVP?
Last season? Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Oh yeah, try did. What the fuck?
Wow, I am lost. Thank you, Wyatt, for being the Captain Planet for us.
Us
I
tank
was
players
wrong.
tank players are the ones that not getting MVP. You need to rise up.
When was the last tank MVP, Wyatt?
Was it Jonesy?
I thought you were
Jonesy.
saying it was Wyatt. I was like, what?
I almost got it
The
last
fuck
season.
that guy
It was
got
Jonesy.
MVP?
Who was it last
Yeah,
season?
Jonesy.
It was Zeno.
Yeah.
Well,
It was
Jonesy was
fucking-
2 seasons ago, so it's like
Yeah.
it's not that long.
Well, yeah, but that was
Only a
the
year.
longest ago.
Yeah.
Cam and Jonesy, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think I want to talk about Sky
Yes.
for a little bit because I mean Husky's God. We don't need to talk about
You
Husky.
did it.
I think Sky has been like consistently, like just really good all season. All season has just like, been like so good and like picked up the Tracer. The Sojourn is cracked.
mhm.
I think Sky is just like the most consistent hit scan in the whole tier, and like
Yeah.
pops off too.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
a big fan of Sky.
There have been multiple times where Penguins are about to lose and Sky just decides that he doesn't feel like it.
No, yeah, I don't think so.
He says, nah, I don't wanna. I wanna play another week. And then he
One
plays
more.
another week.
I want a ring.
Another one.
Let's not lose to Chrysalis, guys.
Let me just kill 10 in the last 2 fights.
Now we're talking about the real questions here. Who would win, Chrysalis or Pause Champs?
We played so bad against Chrysalis.
Who is the harder?
Was champion
3-2.
surely win that.
Honestly, Chrysalis was harder. Because we were just playing that much worse.
I think you played
Wow.
worse though.
Yeah, I don't think that's
We played
necessarily
way worse
fair.
than we did against PosChamp, but
Yeah.
Chrysalis was the harder match on the day. Swordfish was also a really hard 5 map. I
Mhm.
say Swordfish should have been where Chrysalis was. But
Swordfish got kind of fucked by not playing in the first 3 weeks.
yeah.
Mhm.
It fucked their seeding. You hate to see it.
So now it's my turn.
Yeah. Now it's not.
So okay, I was between a couple players for this one. I kind of agree that it's just Husky is like probably the best hit scan in the tier. I you know what? I'll give out all my shout outs. Why not? I thought Levy did a really solid job on the Widow. From Mets Gaming, very solid player. I thought that I couldn't honestly for the life of me remember if it was Mr. Amazing or Rat from Strix who was the hit scan player, but I thought both of those two
Amazing
players
Beef.
did. Yeah, I thought both of those two players, from what I've seen of them, have impressed this season. And then did he? I gotta check. Nope, Slippy G didn't get it, so I guess he's technically a flex player since like he's more well known for his tracer, but it still counts as a flex player. So those are my nominations. The award.
Mm-hmm. It seems like my Met prediction is looking pretty good right now, with the DPS line being like what I say, top 8. I think it's very fair. Say that.
All right.
Well,
You good?
well, so next is flex DPS. Another really one-sided one, and this wasn't the pick that I thought you guys were gonna go for.
I'm trying not to be biased.
That's fair.
I was biased first, but then I was like, well, I can't just be biased anymore.
I had someone else, and then like in my head, and then I was like, I don't want to pick that team too much. I would like a diversity in my.
Yeah.
So everybody want to go for who they gave it to?
Do we want to count down again?
Yeah.
Sure.
3,
No.
2, 1. Nova.
Nova
Nova.
fucks.
Nova didn't
Nova.
even get a rule star, so good for.
Nova was on hitscan, but like he
Oh,
didn't
Nova
play the
was
hit scan.
on hits. Oh, okay.
He
Yeah.
didn't play the hit scans. Like I don't know why they got
That's weird.
nominated. for
I said
hit
be
scan.
well.
Like Formless played hit scans more.
Yeah.
Well,
B-Well
B-Wall's gonna
has
get his
been-
time.
B-Well has been the best flex DPS
Well, Formless also got it.
both
so-
seasons.
I can't pick B-Well, so we're gonna talk about Nova
Oh,
right
yeah.
now.
I mean, B-Well has been one of the more underrated players the past like 3 seasons.
I thought B-Well was very deserving of his role star. I
Mhm.
thought him and Husky were very, very deserving of that award.
Yeah, I agree. I think if Nova was in the flex DPS, it would have been close.
Maybe,
Just
yeah.
like he made such an impact on that pause champ roster in the first 2 stages,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because they looked so much better, and I think you can attribute that a lot to Nova.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe B-Well is better, but I think they're like pretty close. I talked about this last week, I think, but B-Well was like I asked B-Well to be on Trig, and he said no.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think he would have been fine in Discord. I think he would have been good in Discord.
Yes.
If someone that's like good in Discord is obviously going to be one of the best in Harmony.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Chobi the lone B-Well predictor, which that was, I guess, what surprised me. But you want to talk about
I've been
him
a
for a
B-Well
bit?
enjoyer.
I've been a B-Well enjoyer as well.
B-Well is so good.
If I could,
Feels
I'd pick my
very
entire team. Except for me. I'll still stand
Well, I
behind the
do
one I picked.
think that in almost like in pretty much like every single role, there's like 2 clear best,
Whoa,
and then everyone else is like kind of slightly below, I'd say.
Oh, stream cut out.
Wait, it did?
Yeah, it's up for me.
It is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on for me
Oh.
too.
It's on for
Okay.
me as well.
Oh, I just heard Chobi saying like,
It's
whoa,
on for
whoa, whoa,
me.
whoa, whoa.
No, I'm just looking at Harmony position. I was
Oh,
like,
I heard you say that, and I'm like, what's going
No,
on?
no,
And
no,
then
I didn't-
I
I
cut
didn't.
back, and I'm like, oh, Bernie is telling me to go to Harmony chat right now. Is there drama going on in
Oh,
Yeah,
Harmony
don't
Harmony?
just ignore it. Just
Okay,
ignore it.
nobody else go
Yes,
there. Just me,
continue.
only me. Okay. Oh God. Okay, yeah. Anyways, nobody else go there. My turn. So I could give it to Jer, which was very like Jared seems like the obvious one since Churd was nominated over him.
Well,
But
that there's a reason for that, because Jer was still grounded when I had to put the nominations in. And then like a couple of days after, Jer was like, "Oh, I'm ungrounded now." So yeah. I think Jer's a good shout. I think Jer has been insane this season.
I don't want to give it to Jared though because I'm gonna give Jared another reward later. So instead, I wanted to. I completely caught off guard by what just.
CBS.
Yeah, CBS can get a shout.
I fuck with it.
I'll give
Heavy.
Sep a shout too. Why not?
Sep play?
Yeah,
Yeah, Sep was on
Insidious.
Insidious. Pretty good season for him.
I never paid attention to them.
I think Hoffel was who I wanted to say. Yeah. Hovel's a very solid player. Another Trisha player, so it's like I don't know.
That's Kale.
Kale was the
Hovel's the tank.
Oh right.
Okay, that's my second season. What?
Disrespecting my boys, the basement dwellers.
Kale was my
believe this.
player.
Kale's a good shout.
Yeah, Kale I thought had a really good tracer.
On the tracer. Yeah.
And like Tracer's another like it's a weird role that like I don't know how to consider it, either flex or hit scan, because you can kind of do both, but yeah. Let's keep on rolling. With the flex supports. This is actually one that there's only like one spot where we agree. Yeah, there's a lot of diversity here.
Whoa.
So I guess we can go in order. In order of how it is on the sheet. So start with Chobi.
I said Blue Roses.
Huh?
It was really tough decision between Blue Roses and Yuno. To
Mhm.
be honest, I think Yuno is just that much of a good player, but Blue Roses was just. I think Stop You got a lot of credit because of how good Blue Roses was able to keep them up.
I think that's very fair. Because the supports are the unsung heroes, and that they like enable the tanks and stuff, and Stop You to get a lot of praise. So definitely fair. Sticko Wooly, since you two agree, if you guys want to cover the next guy.
I'll let you talk about it, Sticko, because I'm very biased about this one.
I'm also very biased about this one. But I love Yuno. That guy's my boy. He also deserves it in my eyes. I think Yuno played very, very well. Pomku, like Nerf touched on, Pomku is one of the best tanks, probably easily top 2. And a lot of that can be attributed to Yuno. I think Yuno has a very interesting playstyle where he's able to play aggressive, but he's very good at recognizing when he also needs to play a more supportive role, which I think he's a big reason as to why their Junker Queen comp is so good, because Junker Queen comps allow for him to play more aggressive and kind of just seek out first bloods, and he's really, really good at that.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm gonna pump myself up a little bit here. In the first few VOD reviews, like I taught, like when to be aggressive and when to like help his team, and he's like taking that to heart. He's like one of the best people I've had to coach, honestly, because he listens to me really, really well. And he like takes what I say and actually applies it. And he's been constantly asking me for VOD reviews all season. Sometimes if he has a bad scrim, he doesn't want me to VOD review him, but that's fine. We all have that. But he's been constantly asking me for VOD reviews. He's improved a lot, like unseen, I think, because he was already good. But yeah, I'm very biased, but I think he's the best flex support in the tier. And like, he puts his mind to something and he just becomes good at it.
Does anybody know if Discord went down? Oh no, I'm just having internet issues. Never mind.
Yeah.
It's all
I'm
fine
trying
for
to
us.
access Discord. I'm having a lot of issues apparently with internet because my Twitch is also down.
No.
Anyways, who was left?
Me.
Or did you guys? Okay.
Wooly and I talked on it.
Are you guys
I-
both done on you know?
I'd
Yeah.
say so.
I had Drowsy for mine. I
That's a good
love
pick.
I love Drowsy so much.
Like it.
I've played with him for a long time now. Well, I haven't played with him in a while, but he was one of my like first teammates that I've ever had.
True. What team was that for? Hasty, just out of
I
curiosity.
wonder. Maybe it started with a G, ended with a
Yeah,
Etric.
Yeah. That sounds familiar, but I can't place it.
But yeah, I love Drowsy so much. That's why he's my flex support mention.
I just want to touch on Drowsy for a bit because I think he really deserves this. His comms are really, really good, and he is like a very, very smart player. He is very good at directing people, especially. Yeah, he's very underrated, and his mechanics are like pretty decent. But I think the main value you get out of him is his amazing comms. He's very, very good.
It's safe to say
Yeah.
he's the leader of Wallachie.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Nerd?
I was just waiting for you guys to finish. I had Ranger because I thought of
good shout.
them
Ooh, I
swapping
thought of that.
off of DPS. Oh, it was so good. Their like support is so good.
Yeah.
Really, really solid player. They rang for Luminous a couple times. I've been watching some of the aimbots matches. They're such a good player. Really, really, I think crucial movement. Being able to flex Ranger onto the flex support. When they just had a gap there. Very, very good. So with everybody else, although I do think Drowsy. Oh, am I here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're good.
you are.
Okay, now my Google Sheets is loading.
Oh, fuck.
At the very least, Video Ninja has not gone down yet. So let's move on to the main supports. This was the only one that I did give it to the player who I think is just the best because I think they are clearly the best. But I'll let everybody else go on and
I
touch
mean,
on their players first.
there's two people that have yours. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll let you three go first, and then Wooly and I can talk about our pick.
Alright.
Joby?
I've been saying this since from stage one. I think Drug is the best main support in the tier.
Reasons?
No.
Okay, stick
I'll
him.
list the reason for him. I think Drug, because I've also been really enjoying watching Drug. I think Drug's really good. I think Drug is benefiting a lot, and it's very apparent that they were an off-tank player previously. And I think they're like putting that into effect really well and peeling. I think Drug is probably the biggest bright spot for FBRD in a season where they've kind of struggled a bit more than we expected them to. So I think Drug's just done a really great job at keeping Vig alive when they probably shouldn't be. So.
That ain't your pick.
I know. I'm just saying Chobi stuff because Chobi doesn't know how to articulate what he's thinking.
Now it's time for your pick.
Okay, Scythe. I picked Scythe. He is so good. I think Scythe was in Discord tier as top 3, top 4 main support, and then moved down to Harmony tier guy. And Koala Kings had 2 insane main supports, so it's kind of tough. They're splitting playtime a lot, but I don't know. I think Scythe was just really, really impressive. I think Scythe was very, very good at a more aggressive play style, whereas I feel like Titanic didn't really do that too often, right? Like relative to Scythe. So, and I just really like seeing support players be aggressive, especially in Harmony tier. So, go to Scythe.
I picked the other half of that main support rotation. I went with Titanic. I feel like Titanic is just one of the most well-rounded players to ever, like Trink has ever seen. He's played every role, done it like really well to like role star levels, no matter what tier he's in. And he's got the most flexibility out of the main support. That between Scythe and Titanic, I feel like he's the most consistent.
Wooly.
I picked Glimpse because she is really, really good. Right, she was on a Discord team last season, right? I don't remember which one.
Thunder.
But someone
Thunder
told me she was-
Duckies.
There you go, there you go. And even when I think that flashbacks weren't playing well, I thought she was playing really, really well. What I like about Glimpse is that she performs her role and does it really, really well. You see a lot of other main supports in Harmony tier try and make plays, and sometimes it works, you know. So, but she just does her role, does it nearly perfectly. It's really, really good to watch, and it's just been so consistent throughout the whole season. I think there's main supports that have better mechanics than her, 100%. Got to shout my boy out, Eagle, you know, Vi and Scythe, but she is just so incredibly consistent and plays the main support role nearly perfectly. I would love to coach her to like just angle grind some of like the very tiny flaws, because obviously she's in Harmony, she's not perfect, but she is a very, very good main support.
It keeps me from dying so many times.
I would argue the best. From what I've seen of Glimpse, they look really, really strong and like pretty much exactly what I want out of a main support. Since I said, hold on, I can't even see. Oh, I can. Since I said that I would give it to, or that I would like mention other players that like didn't get the award, I'll say Ana, because I thought they were another player that like was very intelligent. Glimpse I think was just like I couldn't not go with Glimpse based off of like just how solid I thought that she was. So let's, and I think actually Glimpse is another really good shout for the next award that we have, which is the unofficial award, by the way. I feel like I have to mention that. It's most improved player. I went with Jer here because I think that the difference between season 8 Jer and season 10 Jer is night and day. Like even though he was like a solid player in his run from season 6 to season 8, oh my god, Jer is just so good right now. But I think Glimpse is another good shout, although nobody else gave her a shout. We have a lot of variety here, so let's start with Chobi.
I said Sky because
Of course he did.
shut up, nerd. Shut up.
Wow.
He was a flex DPS player who had a talent for Sojourn. That's why I picked him up, and he just kind of adapted to the hit scan rule that we needed him to play. He initially signed up so that we would run like double flex DPS and shit like that, but Bernie was just like, "No, we're not doing that." So he was just forced onto hit scan, and he just became one of the most consistent players in the tier. And that's like, I give him full credit for that. That's just hard work from his end.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's deserving of a most improved nomination, at least.
I think that's fair.
Agree.
I'm gonna let you guys keep running. I might disconnect. So if I do, just keep it going. Because I'm gonna fix my internet, hopefully.
Basically, a host.
Okay. I chose Formless as the most improved player. Formless. Oh, there's no. Formless is very interesting because I feel like he was like pretty solid last season, but I think the level this guy's gone specifically on Sombra has been extremely pivotal in Overwatch 2 metas this season. Yeah, I think he is the best Sombra, hands down. It's just the amount of value he gets. He feels like his EMP every single fight. Just really, really impressive playmaking on a character like Sombra.
His Sombra is very, very good.
I
Like,
would have to
he-
disagree with the best Sombra. I can't be biased. If I was to get my real choice, I would have said Xena for best Sombra. I can't.
Lucino's trash. Rah.
Your team's trash.
I'm surprised he didn't go Somber more, to be honest, in the match against GP.
Yeah.
Like the
Like,
Sombra
I mean,
Diva
the
Tracer
times he
comp.
did, he didn't really do much, but I feel like it would have helped a lot more if he did. He played
He
a
plays
lot of
around his team
May.
very well on Sombra. He like
Yeah.
has really good hack targets, and and his team follows up on them.
Makes it as easy as possible for Stop You.
Yeah.
Hard as that is.
Pasty, you want to talk about Thigh?
I'm gonna do
Oh.
Thigh again for most improved. He obviously he
spoilers.
wasn't a main support.
Sorry.
He wasn't a main support at the start of the season. But he had to switch over to main support at some point because Scythe, I think, was missing a couple games. He picked it up so well. He learned Lucio, Brig, and just was like became one of the best. I don't know how he does it. He just does.
Was Thigh around during Goats?
I have
You know,
no
Pasty?
clue. I wasn't
Yeah,
around
he might
during
have-
Goat, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah. He might have already
I
like
wish
had
I was.
experience on Brig, because like he was a flex DPS, right? So he might have already been playing Brig, but I don't know. His Brig like really stood out to me. I think it's really, really good.
I think he started when I started playing competitive
Oh,
Overwatch,
okay.
which was around like
Gotcha.
early 2000 or early 2020.
Uh,
Alright,
I
Luke.
have got Dino Nugs, because I think last season, I think a weak point for PosChamp or F972, they were last season. I think a weakness was their support line. I think that Dino Nugs tried to make a lot of plays and it didn't come off a lot of time. There was no denying he had a lot of mechanical talent, but you know he played for himself a lot. This season, Dino Nugs started playing for his team a lot, and it worked really, really well. He still made those plays, but it was in service with his team, and it was at times when he was able to. I think his mechanical skill, you saw him up and play Ana and that sort of stuff, and hit really good sleeps. And I've been really, really impressed with Dino Nugs. I'm surprised no one mentioned Dino Nugs for main support, because he's really, really good. And I was really, really impressed with his improvement from last season to this season. And I was kind of disappointed actually that PosChamp didn't put him up for most improved, because I was really, really impressed with him this season.
I mean, you said Dino Nugs showed a lot of playmaking potential. I mean, the play that comes to mind is, I believe it was against Flashbacks. He got like a 5k on King's Row to win map.
Yeah, true.
Like,
Yeah.
that guy. He'll, like on Zen, he just pulls this most random shit and kills like 5 out of nowhere. It's crazy. It's
Was that
so much value.
stage 1?
I believe so.
Yeah, because I didn't remember that. I was like, that didn't happen in the recent game. Nerf,
next up.
yours?
Is she here?
No.
She already said yeah.
Yeah. Next up, we have Coach of the Year.
Nerfs, go ahead. We'll try to install for her. Kobe, you go first.
I said Bernie.
Nightmare, 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 nightmare.
I'm the number one
It's
Bernie
just- it's
hater.
just biased. I mean, it's kind of like you can't really see anyone else's coaching, other than like on game day, like Twitch VODs.
Train coach.
But like behind the scenes, he just does so much,
First of all-
and he's put a lot on the line for this team.
Nerf is not back.
Nerf's got that Aussie internet. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And she's got.
Oh.
Okay, I'll be going. So, you know, my reasoning for coach is actually not because I think this coach is good, which I do. Mine is because every other coach is terrible. Okay. Penguins coach, you can't go to Bernie. That team's been super inconsistent. They're throwing leads like crazy. That team sucks. But you're gonna give it to Flashbacks coaches? No, that team's super inconsistent. Their schedule was terrible. You have to Koala King. That team was choking against everybody. Come on. So, in Polychamp, same thing. So, I gave it to the coach of Onigiri, who is Punks, I believe.
Yeah.
Onigiri have been incredibly inconsistent, or not incredibly consistent. It feels like they are always playing at the exact same like high level at match by match. I think it's like that can be attributed to the coach 99% of the time. So, the Punks. Also, honorable mention Maz, Mets gaming coach. That guy's sick.
I went with Choi Suhwan. I think
Wow,
the
wow.
greatest coach to ever do it. Honestly, whenever he was coaching GP, they looked really good. When he wasn't coaching them, they looked really bad. I think it's just pretty apparent, Chubby. I think you need to just admit it already. Bernie's the worst
give me
coach.
that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
Yeah.
number one Bernie
Yeah.
hater.
I've joined call like 6 times and just gone, hey, can you hear me? And every time it's nothing.
Yeah, because you
Like
just
when you
weren't
guys, I've
in.
been here since you guys were talking about
heard you one
formless.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We heard you one time, and it was just going in and out constantly.
Choi Suhwan. Be honest.
I think I had the
Yeah.
good.
Fully?
I hate to give these people credit, but I think they deserve credit for how they turned their season around.
I think the
That-
first half should not get credited.
Okay. Okay. I will remove the first half and just talk about the other one. So I don't want to give this guy credit at all. I'm gonna ping him though.
Him.
So he knows that he missed the cut.
No, I'm pinging the one that did get it.
Oh, that'd be
So-
funny if you pinged the one who didn't.
It's Tyler. I think they at the start of the season, I don't think Tyler did a very good job, right? Because they were putting Chuster on heroes he wasn't comfortable with, but then they figured it out. Chuster is really good at Ramatra. Damn, that's crazy. And so they started playing to their strengths, right? And you can see now that their macro play is actually really, really good. They're taking fights in positions that are really favorable for them, and they're setting up their supports and DPS in really favorable positions. It's hard to take a fight against them because they're often like studying the terms and where it is, and I attribute that mostly to coaches when that sort of stuff happens. So I think Tyler, despite having like a really big slump at the start, has really like grown as a coach this season, and I just want to give him a shout out for turning his season around.
Unfortunately, flashback still blow.
Yeah. Surely.
Nurse?
I went with the pick that I feel like has to be the objective pick because this guy has coached all of our teams. So I went with Monty because literally Monty has at least given a VOD review to one of your players.
He's
if
got to have
not-
like some kind of STD by now.
No.
What?
No.
Huh?
He's like 12, man.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
like he's like
shit.
16, dude.
Oh,
The guy's
fuck.
younger than I am.
No, Monty though has like coached at least I know he's coached Geo, he's coached Flashback or not Flashbacks Penguins, he's coached Luminous. He was on Onigiri at some point. I think literally this guy coached all of the top 8 teams. At some
He
point
wants a
or another.
championship
He
ring
was
one
not-
way or another.
He was not allowed to touch flashbacks.
Well, he wasn't.
Rewan and
The
Tyler
only
were-
thing Monty's been able to do is ring for us. That's about it.
Yeah.
Well, he coached the rest of the 7 teams in the champ bracket. So, I feel like it just has to be Monty. Like, even though it's like a lesser role since like he was more of like an analyst or an assistant coach, give a VOD review here or there. I still think that that's like unsung hero of Trink. So big shout out to Monty. So now we're gonna do some more like fun awards.
Fun ones,
Starting with the
yay.
biggest feeder.
Chubby?
I like
Yeah,
Choby's
Choby can
answer a lot.
start. Yeah, Choby.
Chubby can start.
I picked Nerf.
He's not even at his
Nintendo
best.
before. The biggest feeder award.
You want to explain your reasoning, Chobi?
Please do.
No.
You got the dog in. I'll be once again fulfilling Chobi's lack of speaking skills. Because Earth is terrible. It's carried by
Yeah.
Josh and Color every single match.
I do though.
That's why I said it. Next. Me. I'm surprised nobody else said this. This is, I feel like, the obvious answer. It's Gohan. His
Yeah,
whole
that's a good
playstyle
shot.
is throwing. His whole playstyle is running it down on the Reinhardt character and somehow killing 4 and living. That guy is a drywall eater. There's no other way to describe it, but it works somehow. So.
He really just got used to that tempo and harmony, so he just never take. I swear he has it taped down, dude. W.
No, dude. I'll see those players like once in a blue moon in my ranked games, like on Junkertown. Those lock around and run it down and never die. And I don't understand how it works. And I watch Gohan play and I realize this in camouflage run. I guess I don't know. Getting crazy. Pasty. Ooh.
With me. I'm the biggest feeder in the entire
I
tier.
disagree.
I make it a million times harder for every single player on my team when I exist. Let's just be honest.
No,
They
I
wouldn't have won
disagree.
if I was there. We would have lost if I was there for the Geo game. Let's be honest.
Oh, that's
It would have been an easy 3-0 for Geo.
So true, Chico.
Wooly?
I am the only person to pick a member of my own team here. It's gotta be Chud. I mean, that guy, when he plays Mei, is always in front of Punku. And when he's on Sombra, he's always getting like doubted. I don't know what my boy is doing, but he's got that tank mentality, you know. Been a tank player his whole like amateur career. And he refuses to stop pressing W. I love him, but man, does that boy die?
I wanted to give it to no, that's in bad spirit. I can't do that.
You gonna give it to Joby?
Do it.
I know exactly.
Write
who
it
you're
down.
gonna
Write
give
it down. Write it down. Write it down.
I know
I-
exactly who.
I'll
it's
write it on
to.
the form.
Yeah, write it on the form.
Yeah, I know exactly who it is.
I definitely.
Let's see. Let's see if I was right.
So that
Oh, that's who I thought it was.
that's in bad spirit though, so I'm gonna give it to Chobi. Because he gave it to me. No further elaboration. Source back. This is for the biggest carry. The person that does the most for their team. That's so mean. So
say it- I'll
who
say it if
carried
you don't
their
want
team
to.
the hardest? No, dude, that's so mean. I can't say that.
But you're
It's
not
funny,
saying it.
it's
I'm
really
saying it.
funny. The answer.
We do it.
This is what I thought you were
I-
gonna say, Nerf. They're gonna
What
say
do
this
you think you're
person.
gonna say? Where are you putting it? Oh, in my flex DPS spot.
Yeah. That's what I thought it was gonna be.
You have to click off so I can see it.
Oh, my bad.
Great content.
Oh no,
Like,
no, no. Yeah, us like in a private chat, like talking about whether or not we should be silly.
One of them's gonna see like the reflection of my glasses or something. It's gonna be Jover for our careers.
Baba Wyatt, what the fuck?
That's true though. You know what? Can
Pure
I change
MVP.
That's a great
Bubba
answer.
Wyatt.
Well, it was a fun season.
Whoa. Okay. So let's talk about the biggest carries of their team. This is Jovi.
Saurus
I
back.
put
Yay.
Sleepy G.
Yeah.
He's been the most consistent player, besides Drug, on that team for the whole season. And he's just always been really good. He's been carrying on the Tracer since Season 8. I don't know what was on Season 7. I don't know. Season 8 at least. Been carrying.
He was on
No.
Vanguard.
So,
They're the biggest feeders.
we
Vanguard are the
don't
biggest
talk about
feeders.
that one. Ugh.
I can
Yeah.
say that because their drama was public.
Don't talk about those
I
guys.
know.
Don't talk about those guys.
I think
Mr. Yeti hates kids. That's what they said.
I think CPG
not.
was a little bit overrated in season 8, and now it's gotten to the point where like nobody's talking about him. He's still
Yeah.
like one of the best players in the team, or at least one of the best at his role. So shout out CPG, you're still good. You're not washed, I promise. I went with another Tracer goat, Vila. I think Vila's just, all around been nutty. That guy is just like, for some reason he doesn't get full playtime. They don't get full playtime, but when they get put in, they just hard deadlift the lobby. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of hard to say Vila isn't up there for like
Yeah.
in terms of Tracer players. So shout out Vila.
Mine, I think it's pretty straightforward why they're the source back. I went with CVS Pharmacy. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's pretty self-explanatory on why they have the source back.
Yeah, that's a very good shout. I personally went for Kale because that guy's Tracer is nuts. If they didn't have Kale, they'd be pretty. Because Hoffel just like he feeds like this big
Biggest
slurs. And then
Biggest feeder honorable mention.
yeah. And Kale just like follows up on those limbs. Kale's very
I went with another player on like a kind of lower table team. I gave it to Levy because Levy is just the heart and soul of that team. The DPS line in general, because like like O is also, but O's gotten a lot of talk. O's gotten a lot of hype over the course of the season.
Yeah.
So fuck you, O, even though I don't know you and you're really good. But you're Wyatt's player, so I'm allowed to say that. But no, like
Infected you.
really, I think Levy has not gotten the hype that they deserve. Maybe in the last couple weeks, as like Mets beat Jersey Boys and what have you. Levy's a really solid player. So shout out to them. Next is
I've
the
been
best.
preaching this.
Next is the best name. And we're pretty unanimous here. Which for the funny awards, that's interesting. We're pretty
I
all over
mean,
the place for the rest of
I don't
them.
know how you can go past this name.
Yeah, I don't know. This name
like-
is
I don't know
something
either.
special.
I thought of this category before like thinking about the names, and then I was like, oh, I've got to go and decide what my nomination for this. And then I got to this name. I'm like, it just can't be anything else.
No, it can't.
I
Be.
didn't look at the rest of the names. I was just like, this is it.
I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea. I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea who this person is. But I saw Willie put in. I was like, yeah, that's it. I don't care who else I find. Nothing's beating this.
Should we start with the majority then?
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll
Yeah.
count it down for you. Ready? 3, 2,
Not saying
1.
this on Twitter.
Throat goat.
I am not saying that. Not going on.
It's so funny, dude.
Great
So-
name. It is a great name.
There are flex support for Chicago Muff.
For me, I wanted to go a little more simple. I mean, the obvious answer is right there, but I mean, you got to go for something
Yeah,
a
you-
little more
Yeah.
rounded, so to say.
Mhm.
I went with rat. Super simple. You don't really expect to have a rat in the
Straight
lobby,
to the point.
and then next thing you know, you see memes of you just lost to rat _ Overwatch.
Rat on the Cassidy or whatever the fuck that guy plays.
I will.
That's funny.
He plays rat.
I will say,
I
somebody
hope
who
not.
we left out, since we all wanted to go for the obvious one in Throat Goat. There's a player on Aries named Mommy.
Yeah, I was hoping someone would bring that up. Very
So
good name.
good shout out. Although I think the best name does have to go to Throat Goat at the end of the day. Kind of just stole that crown, ran away with it.
Going with Phantom now.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Although, man, like King Booty in Discord tier is like that.
Yeah,
That's
It's pretty hard to be King Booty. Yeah.
That's
King
pretty
Booty.
good.
Also, Shid Fart is really good.
If only
Yeah,
if only
shit part
Pomku would
is
just
fantastic.
stick to the Kumpu.
Yeah, that.
You-
Or Ghost. Ghost's original account got banned as
Oh,
not
Ghost
banned,
has
but got
boner,
shipped.
baby.
Ghost has boner.
They let shit poop. They let what is it? Shit fart, Kumpu, and throat goat in, but not Ghost has boner.
Now we're gonna talk about most underrated, which is I think a very it's I don't know. It's different than most improved, which is I guess the closest award that you could compare it to. But I think this is a very important award because there's a lot of players out there who just don't get the hype. I've kind of been going for that sort of thing with most of my picks, just picking out players who haven't gotten a lot of talk. But I'll let the rest of you go first on this one.
I said Josh because
Yippee!
he's just adapted to the tank role like just like that. It's like he played it in season 7, I believe, and then he just came back like nothing's changed. And he's one of
He
the
was
best in the
on-
tier. I think he should have been in contention for Role Star, but he just wasn't there. I don't know why.
Jetpack Cats, right?
Yeah, it was Jetpack Cats.
Mm-hmm. In Firefight the season before that, they were in the finals.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I went for some guy who was the flex support for Clairvoyance. That
You're
guy.
gonna have to elaborate. Some guy. I don't.
Which one?
Some guy is a freak.
Which
That guy's
one?
insane. That one guy is insane.
We're gonna start doing puns from last.
Oh no.
No, no,
We can't go
no.
back to
No.
last week.
We should talk about
Last
some
week
guy
was
on the podcast.
unhinged.
That's pretty maniacal of you.
Oh no.
No,
Oh,
we're
that's
not.
already
We didn't even
started.
give them a segment this week.
Spoilers. Some guy just locks the BAP in like ball comps and just kills everything. I don't know. It's just he's just third DPS.
Yeah.
It's
Good.
fucking insane. Some guy is very very good. I pointed him out. I forget when it was. I think it was like week 6 or something, and just only been improving. It feels like very important for points.
I went with Sleepy G on mine. Whenever I played against them in like scrims, they were always like the most oppressive tracer I've played against in Harmony. Not to say that the other tracers in Harmony are bad, but Sleepy G's just been the most oppressive for me.
Mhm.
I just gave it to them.
Okay. I picked someone that I have underrated until I saw them pop off in the playoff games, and it's Maniacal. Like, talk about Addison a lot more. Maniacal has been going absolutely crazy lately. The Genji, the Maniacal, and I think Tracer too, has just been like popping off. They've been inconsistent for most of the season, and like stepped it up recently. But even when Maniacal was inconsistent, no one was talking about him. They still made good plays, and I think he like deserves a shout out for Clairvoyance. I think he's been like a really solid pick for them.
And now on to our last, what is it? Category of the
What? I didn't even get to talk.
unofficial end of season awards.
Wait, no.
I didn't even get to pick mine.
Okay, let's go into the
That's
next
okay.
category.
Anyways.
I think that the most underrated player was the friends we made along the way.
Okay, next category, guys.
No.
Bow.
Seriously, I wanted to give it to C Nuki from the Colorado Carbon. I know that team didn't have a lot of success, but Nuki consistently looked like a pretty solid player. And honestly, like I think if you're a Harmony team looking to build, no idea what Nuki climbed up to this season, but I know SR is a little fucky right now. Nuki, if they're eligible, definitely a great DPS player that you could pick up. I think that they are solid and that the ceiling of their skill is not even close to being realized. So
Now on to the next category.
Now on to the real last category.
The best logo in Tranquility Harmony Tier Season 10.
And we're gonna start with the person I skipped over. We're gonna start with Nerd.
man, I don't even want to talk anymore.
Joby.
I'll talk
No
for
way.
you.
No way. I gave it to PosChamp because they have transparent colors. That's the only reason.
Is that pink in there?
Yeah, there's pink.
Yeah,
There
there
is?
is.
Yeah.
It's pink and blue.
I know
Yeah.
there's blue in it, but I didn't really realize there was pink in there. I know it's in the
The
color
logo's
scheme, but
really
not on the
good. I
logo.
really like it, actually.
I said aimbots. I just like it's like a cute little robot with like cowboy stuff on.
It is a cute.
Mhm.
It is a very cute.
I thought it was really
That was like a knight. It's cool.
Reminds me of like those old Silbrad.
Yes, I
Logo.
watched Silver a lot
Yes,
when I was on
I
console.
love Zilbrad.
That was a
Because you're a
Bastion main.
fucking Bastion player.
The
yeah.
good old days.
Fucking grimy ass.
When he'd fucking wear a cowboy hat in his like IRL vlogs with what's his name? Fucking
Muselk?
Muselk, yes.
So, that was
Well, do
Also-
you know Muzelk?
Also the,
Gaza.
the Nightmare
I don't
Australian
know.
team with Muselk on it.
Azagaz is a name.
I
I
can't
don't know
Muse up went to the
myself
fucking
also, bro.
Overwatch World Cup for Australia. That's crazy.
That's
Don't
That's
remind
really
me,
funny.
please
That's
don't.
really funny. That's
Your
That's really funny.
your World Cup candidate, Wooly. Muselk.
I voted like because that Muselk got in because he was a popular vote.
Mm.
I voted for an actual player, which was Hey Katie, who is now a Valorant or Fortnite player or something like that.
Muse up clears.
No, Muselk was
Muselk
like
Mercy.
diamonds at that point.
Yeah.
It was like
There's
we
a
were
reason
playing
Australia
against.
got out first round.
Yeah, we played against South Korea. We played
Oh.
against South Korea with a Muselk on day tank.
Wait, I need to find that VOD. That's so funny. That is
Oh my
so
God.
funny. Oh my
It
god.
was fucking
The
awful.
goat. The goat.
Imagine being a player on the team as like an actual Overwatch player.
Yeah, the rest
Yeah,
of them
actually,
were.
like,
The
trying
rest,
your
like,
hardest.
the rest
He's
of them
like-
were actual Overwatch players.
But
It's like
back in
that one image,
2016,
it's,
there
like,
wasn't
the
even
battlefield.
like back in 2016, like Australian contenders like was shit. It was just shit.
Oh
And
yeah,
I
it was
mean,
awful.
it
It's like
continued to be,
now.
but like Frogger wasn't even around back then.
Okay, but Frog is not good. I need you to understand.
Frogger's not good. Frogger's great.
Frogger's perfect.
Frogger came like second once in Australian contenders, but it's good he had a good team. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about Australian contenders.
Because there's not really
We're
much
gonna-
to talk about.
Yeah,
they play
exactly.
4v5s over there.
Sticko, what's your
Okay.
best logo?
I have two teams I was about. The
Let's
first
just
one
talk about the
is
first one.
Luminous Foxes. That logo, Aaron.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you want me to talk about the first one I see. I think I really like seeing Luminous Foxes. Season 9 was very sad
like
at that.
seeing
I
them
really
too.
seeing them playing again. No. Except for that stinky ass fucking main support player, but the rest of the team somehow manages to carry them. So
Be true.
imagine how good they would be if they had like Scythe or something.
I wonder that same question every day.
What if they had Gizmo, you know? And Adama.
What if, yeah,
Who
what if they had,
would've-
like Gizmo, Adama?
It's crazy that GP won that lottery.
Well, Husky.
Can you guys imagine if the Luminous Foxes picked up the Guangzhou Gangsters? How would they fare against the Falcons then?
What if we had just had all-star rosters?
I don't know, Red Knight clears camp.
Just Harmony super teams.
Holy shit, guys, we've been going on for 2 hours.
Oh my
I'm pretty
God.
sure a full hour just has been this.
I want to grab a bagel after this, man. I can't now.
All right, I
Jesus
went
fuck.
with
Wait,
clairvoyance.
No!
Fuck you! I went with clairvoyance. I'm pretty sure it wasn't Cavalier that made that logo.
You just like
Yeah.
tentacles.
He was cooking with that logo.
What?
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 What's the
Yeah,
like,
I think the Geo
relation
one is good
between-
too.
Yeah, I ask Pasty about the Geo one for sure.
I wonder who made it.
Yeah.
I actually-
let's not,
I've
let's not
been,
talk
like-
about that logo.
I get
You know,
bored in class a
what about
lot,
the
and,
Aries
like-
logo.
I get
Aries are
bored in
so
class a
cool.
lot, and when I get bored, I typically sketch. And I've been sketching the Geo logo like a ton recently. So
It's well, speaking about the Geo logo, I didn't pick it. But I picked a similar one that is like the initials of an org. But it just looks very clean and very simple. It's Colorado Carbon. I think it looks sick. It's like the diamond with like the C in the reversed C.
mhm.
And it just like looks very, very cool. And it's just I really like simple but clean logos. So yeah, I really like the Colorado Carbon logo.
Mountain Mike says Geo looks like Domination Org. Well, Geo came first, so
Domination looks like Geo org.
Yeah, real. They
Domination
they
looks
the
like
exact-
Geo.
No, but wait, Geo. No,
Shut
no,
up,
in
Bubba.
Trank it was.
and
Bubba.
Trank maybe, but not the team itself. Geo's
Yeah,
been
shut up,
Geo's been
Bubba.
around since like 2020,
Yeah.
like early 2020. You wouldn't know. You're not
Aren't you
a.
busy like
a
packing
draft
for
league fan.
college or something, bum? No, don't get that. That guy is terrible.
Bring up the GIF. Bring up the GIF.
That guy.
Um,
That guy locked Jet in my premiere match, ran it down, and was fucking whining the entire time. Fuck that guy.
for the sake of not running this until 1 a.m., even though I would love to, let's move on to our Preds.
Oh shit, we
Um,
should do that still.
Yeah, we still have Preds and Player of the
Yeah.
Week.
The funny thing is, I didn't even have to change for the first one because it was already the topic of last week.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you weren't here
Um,
today, Bubba. It was a disaster.
So, we're gonna go through all 4 matches. First one is Onigiri versus Disclosed, and I don't think there's gonna be a whole ton of diversity in our picks, regardless. But yeah. Yerp.
I think it's interesting because I feel like all these like matches could have upsets.
Yeah,
think
Geo
we could
came.
do
Geo
it.
came first, Bubba.
I'm just wondering if I wonder if anybody has the bravery to do so. Clearly not here, although I think Disclosed could maybe do some stuff. We've seen this match before. I don't think there will be anything too. I don't think there will be anything too different about this one versus the last one. So, moving on. I don't remember what order we're going in.
Next
Is it Strix
it's-
Clairvoyance next?
We're just
Or
going
Geo-
down. We're going down the.
Oh,
champ
Geo
bracket.
Penguins then. Geo Penguins. This is the one that I think is most likely that somebody dissents. But I say that as all 5 Geos are on the screen.
Wow, Chody.
Um,
Wooly,
That's a bronze banter
$30
guarantee.
dollars on this match.
Yeah,
30. Holy wow,
30.
he's got the big money, the big
Yeah.
bank.
I'll do it.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Can you bet $30 on Luminous as well?
No.
Alright.
Well, he's not even
You
a
want
minor. How
you
can
know you
bet
want the
with him?
Luminous Geo finals or the Luminous Penguins finals. I want Luminous Geo finals.
No. Then no. No, I'm my team to win. I don't want your team to win. What the fuck?
I'm not betting, but I don't think that's gonna be a close enough game.
No, Scott. I'm betting for Penguins to win. I just want everyone to be on Geo because when. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. You'll see it later. Don't worry about it.
You could just say you don't. You
got
want
a-
Geo
got
to
a
win.
bigger
Shut up. Move
You
on.
can
Next.
just say Geo. You want Geo to win.
Alright, Strix versus
get 30 bucks.
Clairvoyance. Another first round upper. Wait, are you guys making the bet?
Yeah, it's done. 30
And
Oh.
if you win, I get 30. If they lose,
Guys saying
he gets 30.
yes, Sky. Chobi is betting against his own team.
No.
Yes.
I'm throwing. No.
He's win
Um,
trading.
Wait, speaking of bets, didn't somebody say they were gonna do something if Luminous beat KK?
Bernie. Wait, no, Bernie was the other one.
Bernie was the other one.
Bernie
know.
still has to give us all Mets gaming
Oh
jerseys.
yeah, he was with Mets jerseys.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Bernard,
Let's go.
Everyone ping him in
Someone
hard
clip this
discussion.
and ping him and send
We
it to
need
him.
Mets,
please.
Bernie.
Mets shirts now.
Ping.
I need every single person watching to do that right now, okay?
Right, this
With a
second,
different clip
please.
too. There's gonna be a
Um,
different clip every single time.
so my Twitch went down, so I'm not gonna be able to see Preds. Oh nope, it's still
Oh,
down.
they're up. It's,
Ooh, I like it.
Are Strix Clairvoyance Preds up?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is it unanimous?
It is
No,
not.
it's not.
Wow.
We
have-
have Wooly Clairvoyance
Yeah.
and Joby and I went Strix.
Oh yeah, this one went to 5 last time. This one
Yeah.
shouldn't be unanimous.
Yeah.
I like Clairvoyance. I think that I don't know. I've been nodding playoff Strix because of Troy. And I don't know. I think Clairvoyants are really strong, and I don't know.
I
I don't know.
believe. I believe.
I think this is gonna be the closest match out of all of them.
I think the
Look,
Penguins match will be the closest, but they're gonna lose.
Wrong. I think it's Onigiri versus Disclosant.
I think this will be. I think what's going to happen here is that Nevermore is going to have a fucking fantastic game because they lost last
Yes.
time, and I thought Nevermore didn't play all that well. But this game, I think Nevermore is going to come out of the gate swinging and absolutely dominate.
hmm
You remember we're on the revenge tour?
Yeah,
Uh,
I think
I
it's going to be a 4-1.
Ooh.
Oh.
I think Strix have a lot more experience than Clairvoyants, even though Clairvoyants have played together for like 2 seasons now. I think like all of Strix combined, the experience is gonna be invaluable in a champ bracket setting where it's super long series. I also think like Strix DPS line is very, very good in like a longer range stuff. And I think that if they just kind of like don't even entertain the Junker Queen comp from Clairvoyance, they have a really strong chance of winning.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely see that world. Like,
Goofy
this should be like a really close game. I just want to get my hot take out there with the 4-1 win.
I fuck with it.
Respect. Anybody going to go against the grain here in our final match, which is
I wish.
Luminous versus Flashbacks? And I cannot see,
Bitch.
but unfortunately, I think I know that the
Wait,
answer
oh,
is.
No, someone. I got excited for a second, and I was
Let's
like,
hear
oh,
it.
Yeah, me
Face
too.
I mean, what more is there to say? I mean, Luminous beat KK, and we're pretty trash for 9-man. So, I mean, I think it's a pretty clear 4-0 for Luminous.
I have one question I would like to bring up.
Okay.
If Doodles were here instead of Disclosant, how do you guys think that match would go?
No.
I think Onigiri beat them.
I think Luminous
Maybe
would have
beat
gone
them.
first.
That's true. Yeah, there's no. There's no
If
shot they
Doodles
did.
if Doodles was still in Gio would have gotten them.
Yeah, you know what? I'm really glad because I didn't want to see Yuno get PTSD.
If that happened and lost them again, I would. I'd be extremely distraught.
So let's go through and do our
Ding
Preds then. In
dong,
the
the
world where
wicked bitch
in the
is
world where
dead.
Doodles made match, what are our Preds for that? No.
No, we
Um,
should probably end soon.
Yeah.
I
So we're
wanna
gonna
see.
run through our final segment, which is my player of the week. And this week, I decided to give it the two-way tie because I feel bad giving it to my player, and I gave it to Ghost because we beat KKs, and I feel like that is deserved. That Ghost had a really good series against KK. So I feel like it's very well deserved to give it to him. But I also
Boing.
felt like there is no chance that I'm not giving it to Gizmo this week, considering Gizmo paid $70 to play a match
Yeah.
and then reverse sweep pause champ. So one player from each of the big upsets this week. Have to give it to both teams. Congrats to both of those players. I don't even know if Ghost is still up, but if you are, I love you, brother.
Yeah, Ghost just starts singing in Twitch
Oh my
chat.
God.
So,
Yay.
yeah.
Congrats, Ghost.
Congrats,
Earth.
Ghost.
Ghost talking about
Um,
how much he hates you.
No,
and
Ghost.
how
I'm sorry.
He's very distraught that you had to share his spotlight with Gizmo.
Yeah.
I think that's the first time I've ever done an official two-way. I mean, we've given it to Big Weed as alongside players in the past.
I think it was deserved.
Big Weed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, back
Big
when we
Weed
gave it
was
to Big
winning
Weed,
games.
it was because there were like 20 players out on 420. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Definitely some matches probably changed by
Nico
that.
wins Shank.
But yeah, we've been here for God knows how long.
Way too much
Um,
time.
Too much time. So thank you
I
guys all
wanna
so much for
sleep.
watching. We'll be back next week to talk about why Luminous and GP and or flashbacks and Geo suck.
I wonder.
'Cause, I mean,
do we have one
fif-
show or two shows left?
We'll do one post finals. So
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Our second to last stream of the season is gonna be next week. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Wow. Little
Wow.
chills.
yeah, a couple more shows.
We should play Roblox.
I think I just got
I'm
goosey
so
bumps.
On stream.
down.
on stream.
Maybe.
We should just have murder. We should have Subway Surfer gameplay in the background. The entire
Tranquility,
time.
Yes,
Tranquility
like Jastry.
Among Us.
Yes.
He did have that up.
We do.
Here's my third player of the week
Tranquility.
for
We
that.
get silver shit talk and
Roblox
and we do
football.
Among Us.
We'll make a
Uh-oh.
thread and
I'm gonna
suggestions
DC
where
in like
people
2
can just
seconds.
ask.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye,
We'll make
bye.
a thread and suggestions where people can put random stories and then we will read them with Subway Surfers music, Subway Surfer gameplay in the background.
Plan a 5v5
Each-
game versus silver shit talk. Just any game would be fun.
Each one of us is gonna read out a certain
Sweet.
fan
So
fiction.
shit shocker, Braun Banter, we'd get smoked.
We're gonna be
Does
reading
that be
out.
Overwatch?
We're gonna be reading out fan fiction.
Valorant. Wait, I would actually
I
fucking
would
dominate that.
lose.
I'm so bad at Valorant.
I'm terrible at
Nah,
Valorant. too.
Troy owns me. Though.
Respawn simulator.
Troy's the Val goat.
Yeah.
It'd just be between Troy and I for who kills 5 every fight.
I'll play Sage and just gather all the like.
I'll
all-
rush
all-
man with a shotgun.
Like
You gotta be the
Red
Aussie.
Sticker.
You gotta be Sky.
All right, all right, all
Play
right.
Sky.
We'll see you guys next week when we do our fan fiction readings. I'll see you guys later. Everybody, let's say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. I'm not answering your dog shit suggestion, Bubba.
See ya.